Hello guys, welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Tooie. Up here, we are about to learn the second move as we defeat a enemy here. And we have 80 notes, we need 35 to learn the grip grab. This is probably one of the most useful moves in the game. I was about to say useless, but it is in fact one of the most useful. It allows you to grab onto ledges, which we could not do in the last game. So if we come up here, we actually grab onto this ledge, and when we come up here, we will get the one and only white Jinjo in the game, and we will see him transported back to his house in Jinjo Village, and we see the treble clef again, and there's the white Jinjo house where the lone white Jinjo lives by himself. And he says how grateful he is for help, and he never thought he'd find his way home, and that he is going to give us a Jiggy for our trouble. And we just get another Jiggy, just like that. It's deposited into our Jiggy bank. Can't really go over there. There's no real reason to go over there either. If we come down here, we will meet another new character, and we have a sort of Native American tent, but behind it we have a Globo, so we will grab that Globo, and if we go inside, we will meet a new character. Humba Wumba is her name, and she basically replaces Mumbo of the last game. She will transform us, but unlike Mumbo of the last game, there is a Humba Wumba in every single level. Then again, I believe there's also a Mumbo in every single level. And we also have to give her a Globo, and I will, because I do want to be transformed. And the transformations play about the same amount of role in this game as they did in the last. There's a few Jiggies and a few things you can get with them. And if we jump into her pool here, we will be transformed into a little stone bear. And it is called Stony. And we will actually be using Stony for a kind of a mini game sort of thing to get a Jiggy, and actually to get our first empty honeycomb piece. So we are going to exit, and we are going to take the warp pad back to the beginning of the level, and I've only opened the other two, so we are going to go to the world entry exit. And if we actually go behind the entry exit, there's an empty honeycomb in this little alcove that we can't get into as regular Banjo. The empty honeycombs work in a different way in this game too, that I will get into a little bit later. Because it's not just as soon as we get 6 that we get another life. Yeah, I will explain it later, but first we must go up here, and that building that I showed you in the last video that we couldn't get into, we can now get into as Stony. You can also see a Jinjo on top of that building that we can't get to, because we need a flight pad, and the only flight pad is blocked currently by a large stone that we can't break. And this guy is wary of letting us in. If we were gonna go talk to him as Banjo, he is like technically remembering us, even though we never did talk to him about it. And he says, you know, it's pretty obvious that we just changed ourselves, but that they are short players. So he will let us in. And this is actually kickball, or one of the two places where you can play kickball. And so there's a warp pad inside here. There is this, which will actually go to another level, but we don't have it unlocked. Down there is the training room, but I don't need it. I have played this game before, and we can talk to these guys as Stonies. If we are regular Banjo-Kazooie, these guys will say random nothingness, so there are a few of them throughout this level that we need to talk to. And he is going to open up the quarterfinals for us, and we're going to go play in the quarterfinals. So in kickball there is 4 players, and they each have their own goal. And what you want to do is you want to get the balls that appear and to shoot them into your own goal, because they will give you points. And so we are faster than the other Stonies, but we do need to keep up with them. B will do this sort of like running kick move. Z will kick the ball, and that's basically all the controls you need to know. We are falling behind Red, who we are now tied with, actually. The game's not really that hard. If you can keep a consistent pace of balls into your goal, you should be fine, because you do move faster than the other players. And really all you can hope to do is that they fight each other pretty well. But we did win the quarterfinal. We beat the other players. So if we come back and talk to this guy, he will open the semifinals for us, in which we will play the exact same game again, except this time there's also a red ball, and the red balls will deduct points. We do not want to shoot them into our own goal. We want to shoot them into other people's goals, and then they will lose points. So the yellow ones go into us, red go into the other players. And unfortunately, I just smashed that ball that could have given me a lot of points. Well, not a lot of points, but more points, and more points is always better. And it looks like red is going to be the problem again, so we're just going to shoot some red balls into his goal. So there's not much strategy to it, really. If you see a red ball, put it into somebody else's goal. If you see a yellow ball, put it into your own goal. Try to get the most points. It's really not that hard. It's the beginning of the game. There is a harder version of this game much later on we won't get to for a long time. And somebody just put a red ball in my goal, and I'm not very happy about that. But we still won by 4 points, beating red yet again. And up next and last is the final, where yet a third ball will be added in. It is a bomb, and it doesn't really do anything if you shoot it into goals. But you can throw the bomb into other players, and it will stun them for a minute. So if you remember, the other players tend to be in a group, so if we can hit them with one of those bombs, that might be very helpful. There's one right now, actually, and I will demonstrate it by shooting purple and red with it, but it also got me too. And so now yellow is going to take a early lead, and he will probably keep it for quite a while. Although, we are going to take some of it away. And a lot of this, not a lot, I should say, but some of it is luck as to where the balls come up, whether or not they're close to your goal, close to where you are. But it's really not that hard. If you keep a steady set of red balls into your opponent's goals, you should be fine. Really, ignoring the red balls isn't a good idea. They can be pretty helpful. But remember, you gotta get your own points too. And we win that one pretty easily, with purple coming from behind to get a second place. And after we have won all 3 games, we are declared the new kickball champion, and we will get a jiggy for it. And there is no annoying dance in this game, which is very nice. And we are now going to warp back to Humba Wumbas, because there's not really anything more we can do with the Stony right now, and there's not really much we can do with him ever again in this game. But we could go talk to the other guys, but they're not going to really tell us anything as of yet that we can do anything about. So we're going to get transformed back, and then we're going to get the last of the notes, another jiggy, another empty honeycomb, and then we'll probably be out of time. And we can now transform into the Stony anytime we want without getting rid of the Globo. Same thing with becoming Mumbo, and it works like that in every level. Yeah, we are going to go out or up these stairs, and out the door. But there is a lot of stuff back here behind the doors. Only a little bit of it we can do right now, and I'll probably get to it in the next video. But that boulder right there, you see, I can't break yet. And in fact, I'm actually going to get the third and final move that we can get. If we have grip grab, we can edge along these sides here and get to these vines to climb. And up here we will find the third and final move of Mayhem Temple, and I kind of forget what it is, although I have an idea. We need 30 notes to get it. We have 80, and we will soon be getting the last 20. And this is the Breagle Blaster, and this turns Kazooie into a gun, basically, and it is used for the 2-player mode and for the actual boss of this level, which we will probably be getting to in the next video. But as for now, if we walk behind this temple, there will be a treble clef back here, and that will complete all 100 notes for this level. On this bridge here, we have an orange Jinjo, one of 2. So we're getting all the small Jinjo families out of the way. And over here, we have a sad-looking cow, a bunch of flies, and a bunch of eaten crops. So if we talk to her, she will tell us to exterminate these flies, and if we can do so, using our new egg aiming move, we will get a Jiggy for it. So I think there's 4 or 5 flies, and I think this is the last one. Yep, that is the last one, and we are going to get a Jiggy for it. And it's a good thing that I went and got the grip grab first, because frequently I will come up here in the beginning of the game and forget that I needed to get the extra honeycomb that is up here. So that is the Jiggy, that is the extra honeycomb, that is the notes. We actually still have about 3 minutes left of time. So I am going to move on to... if we jump into this water down here and take it to the beginning of the level, there will actually be another Jinjo for us to get. Down in this pool, that rock covers a flight pad, which would be really nice to have because we can get a lot of stuff with it. But I can't do anything about that rock yet. I don't have the move to break it. There's a brown Jinjo down there, one of 4. And we are going to attempt to get one last thing. And using the handy dandy warp system, we're going to warp to the top of the mountain and go to the temple, which is over here. And if we go to the very, very top of the temple, on top of a statue's head, not inside that door, don't want to go there quite yet, the boss is through there. But if we come up behind here, there will be a Jiggy up here on the very top of the level. So that is Jiggy number 6, 5th of this level. And as for now, I'm probably just going to leave it off here. Everything takes a bit more time than we have. So I thank you guys for watching.